Greetings everyone, welcome to Red Pill Road. Our first video is going to tackle the issue that I believe to be the root of most of the problems that we experience in our country today, and that is the communist school system. It started in our colleges decades ago, and now it's made its way into our elementary schools. And here's a perfect example over at the Gateway Pundit. Headline is, 6th grade teacher Brendan Stanton caught on video abusing a student for defending Trump. Then lies to parent about it. All right, well, let's dive on over here and see what we can see. So 6th grade teacher Brendan Stanton, a middle school teacher at Perry G. Keithley Middle School, was recently caught on video belittling a student of his for admiring President Donald Trump. How dare you, you young, impetuous child? How could you possibly admire Orange Man Bad? All right, so let's see what happened here. Stanton went on a rant about the president to 6th graders. When a mother complained to him, he lied and misled her about what happened. Unfortunately for Brendan Stanton, the mother recorded the incident earlier on her cell phone.
Positive things and role models that we should admire. The example that was shared in the chat, which I went ahead and erased for us.
So, to be clear, the teacher gave the children an assignment to name someone that they admire. The student in question completed that assignment and posted his answer in the online chat, and then the teacher promptly erased that child's answer.
Was not appropriate, right? Especially as that individual has created so much division and hatred between people, and specifically spoken hatred to many different individuals.
Okay, again, so I have this straight. According to Mr. Stanton, it's not appropriate for this student to admire the person who holds the highest office in this country, the President of the United States, and that also, according to Stanton, the President Trump, who Stanton refuses to name, apparently he and Whoopi Goldberg are in the same club. They refuse to utter his name. That person, President Donald J. Trump, has, according to Stanton, of course, created so much division amongst people and has spoken hatred on many, many individuals. And that must be the reason why President Trump has been the recipient of numerous Nobel Peace Prize nominations for his work around the world. Because, division and Nobel Peace Prize, well, they go hand in hand.
Okay. So I do apologize for kicking you out of the conference as I went ahead and adjusted our settings. But the settings should be adjusted now. The chat should be locked for today just because I realized that maybe that question wasn't clear enough.
Oh, the question was plenty clear enough. You asked your students to name someone that they admire. You just didn't like the answer you got. It's also clear that you locked the chat so that you wouldn't get any more answers that you didn't like.
So we'll go ahead and skip on that for today.
Just for today? Do you plan to revisit the topic at a later date? Somehow, I doubt it.
Okay, again, that individual has spoken hate to many individuals.
Just once I would love for these idiots that spout this nonsense to offer up some solid evidence to back their claims rather than just making broad statements of opinion. Who did he hate? Who has he spoken hate on? Is that the reason that he received so many nominations for the Nobel Peace Prize?
And I don't think is an appropriate example for a role model.
On what grounds are you basing this assessment on there, Sparky? Perhaps it might be helpful to take a look at President Trump's accomplishments while in office. And I might add that he managed to do all this while under constant attack from the mainstream media, and the do-nothing demtards in Congress. He endured endless ridicule, a bogus impeachment attempt that wasted millions of taxpayers' dollars, and every day he got up and fought for the American people and accomplished something that made all of our lives better. And the lefties don't think that warrants even the tiniest shred of gratitude or respect. Pathetic.
We should be admiring.
You say who?
Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started on our assignment and our work for today.
And right about now, Stanton is thinking, fuck! According to the article, this is child abuse, and Brendan Stanton got caught. He shouldn't be in teaching. Well, I have to say I agree with you there. He goes on to say, the morning after the world learned that President Donald Trump contracted the coronavirus, a Seattle area teacher, keyword being Seattle, of course, friggin' libtard heaven, a Seattle area teacher went on a rant about the president to sixth graders. Brendan Stanton, a middle school teacher at P.G. Keithley Middle School in Tacoma, asked students who they admired and why. One student answered President Trump, and that triggered the lefties.
Donald J. Trump is now President of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president. And Mr. Trump, for the moment, steps to listen for the inaugural address.
What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President of the United States.
Not only did the teacher boot the student from the chat, he proceeded to scold the child for his inappropriate answer. It's inappropriate to say anything good about your country and your president. Don't you people know that?
How dare you!
Folks, you're sending your kids to school and they're being brainwashed and indoctrinated into the communist world of we hate everything, burn it all down. And if you need any proof, just turn on the nightly news and watch all the peaceful protests all across the nation. Yes, sir, those fires are burning away just as peaceful as you please. And people's lives are literally going up in smoke. Okay, so each day, Stanton asks his students a daily question. This time he asks students, who is the one person you admire and why? Students are asked to write their answers in the online chat room. According to a screenshot, Kusander's son wrote, I admire Donald J. Trump because he is making America great again. Yes, he is, young man. Yes, he is. And because he is the best president the United States of America could ever have. Quite honestly, young man, I think he is the best president we've ever had. Ever. He does not fool around. He makes promises, and then he keeps those promises. Not only does he keep the promises, he exceeds the promise he made. Where else, when else, have you ever seen that? When? Just name one president that's done it, and you can't. You know why? Because it's never happened. No one has delivered on promises like Donald J. Trump. Let's see, back to the article. And he built the wall so terrorists couldn't come into the U.S. Does anybody see the irony here that a sixth grader gets it, and Congress people and senators and news anchors and media moguls, none of them can get it, but a sixth grader has nailed it on the head. The wall is to keep out bad people. The good people get to come through the gate legally. Trump is the best person in the world, says the sixth grader, and that's why I admire him. Well, you know, I gotta say, it's pretty impressive coming from a sixth grader. Stanton, on the other hand, almost immediately kicked the student out of the chat room. Why? because he's a little snowflake and he can't deal with 5 seconds of hearing anything other than the Commucrats party line.
Orange Man bad.
And he was not prepared for that young man's choice of role models or his praise for the President of the United States. So Stanton blew a fuse, blew a gasket, his snowflake melted down, and he was looking for a crying room for himself almost immediately. So he deleted the chat and proceeded to attack the president while calling out the student for mentioning him. So now we got a 6th grade teacher reprimanding a child, throwing him out of the class, then attacking the president and belittling the child for picking the president. Do you guys really want to defend this? You lefties, do you really want to defend this? You make everyone sick. Everyone sees it. There isn't anyone you're fooling anymore. You believe your own bullshit, apparently. But we don't. And we're tired of it. And we're going to put a stop to it. You're going to all be out of a job. Bye-bye. Can't wait to see you go.